When it comes to little people, big world, few storylines have shaken fans as much as the saga of Roloff Farms. For years, this wasn't just a piece of land. It was the beating heart of the Roloff family. The farm was where viewers watched the children grow up, where family milestones unfolded, and where Matt and Amy's dreams turned into a reality that fans felt personally connected to. Naturally, fans assumed that one of the Roloff children, Zach, Jeremy, or even another sibling, would one day take over the farm and continue the legacy. After all, it wasn't just property. It was the foundation of their family identity and the centerpiece of the show itself. But when the shocking news broke that the farm was officially up for sale, everything changed. Instead of seeing the farm passed down within the family, a surprising twist left viewers stunned. The property was sold to an outsider. That decision sparked an avalanche of questions, suspicions, and heartbreak. For many, it felt like the end of an era and the beginning of deep divisions within the Roloff family. So, who exactly was this mysterious, hidden buyer? How did they manage to swoop in and take control of something that was supposed to stay in the family? And most importantly, how did this decision ignite one of the biggest betrayals in Roloff history? Tonight, we dig deep into the secrets, the unanswered questions, and the shocking truth behind the buyer who destroyed the Roloff family. Roloff Farms isn't just any farm. It's a cultural landmark, immortalized by Little People, Big World. From the very first episode, viewers got a front-row seat to the everyday joys and challenges of the Roloff family, watching Matt and Amy pour their hearts into the land. Over the years, the farm became more than a backdrop for reality TV. It was a character itself, representing perseverance, family bonds, and the American dream. Matt and Amy didn't inherit this legacy. They built it from scratch. Every pumpkin patch, every barn, every corner of the property was the result of years of hard work, planning, and vision. They turned the farm into a destination, hosting annual pumpkin seasons and inviting fans from all over the country to experience a slice of the Roloff lifestyle firsthand. For millions, it wasn't just entertainment, it was a connection to something real, something heartfelt. The emotional investment from fans was deep because the farm held layers of history. It was where the Roloff children played, learned, and grew up under the watchful eyes of Matt and Amy. Every milestone, the kids' first steps, birthdays, family traditions, took place on that land. Roloff Farms became a vessel of memories, not just for the family, but for viewers who followed their journey. It symbolized continuity, roots, and a sense of belonging. Yet, as Matt grew older, a pressing question began to emerge. Who would take over the farm? While the land had been a family anchor for decades, the reality of succession created tension. Would one of the children continue the legacy, or would it pass out of the family's hands entirely? Fans speculated endlessly, watching as each Roloff kid grappled with their own dreams, ambitions, and connections to the land. This uncertainty added an undercurrent of drama, making the farm not just a place of nostalgia, but also a central point of conflict in the family story. The legacy of Roloff Farms is multi-layered. It's about hard work, family, and community. But it's also about the inevitable change that comes with time and the emotional weight of deciding who gets to carry on a legacy that so many have cherished. When the Roloff family made the difficult decision to sell Roloff Farms, emotions ran high, not just in the public eye, but within the family itself. Zach and Tori, who had grown up surrounded by the farm's legacy, reportedly made a strong effort to purchase the property. For them, it wasn't just about owning land. It was about continuing the family tradition and keeping their children close to the place where so many childhood memories had been made. Jeremy and Audrey were also said to have shown interest in buying the farm. Their intentions, much like Zach and Tori's, were rooted in maintaining the Roloff legacy. But as the story unfolded, both couples found their hopes dashed. Matt Roloff ultimately chose to sell the farm to an outside buyer, a decision that left many fans and some family members shocked. The reactions were immediate and emotional. Online communities lit up with speculation and debate, with fans expressing disappointment and frustration. Many felt that Matt's choice represented a betrayal of his children, a rejection of the very family ties that the farm had symbolized for decades. The question on everyone's mind was simple: why sell outside the family when multiple children were ready and willing to take over? Amy Roloff, who had long envisioned the farm remaining a family home, also felt the weight of the decision. Selling her portion of the property was not easy, and she had hoped the land would stay in the family, a place where the next generation could grow up surrounded by the same memories and traditions that had shaped her own life. Instead, the sale marked a profound shift in the Roloff family story, one that left lingering tension and sadness. Media outlets and fans alike criticized the sale, framing it as a dramatic turning point in the family saga. Social media threads buzzed with questions, theories, and emotional responses. Was this truly a business decision, or was it personal? The sense of betrayal, disappointment, and heartbreak became a central chapter in the ongoing story of Roloff Farms, a legacy interrupted, at least for now. For months, rumors had been swirling. Fans speculated endlessly. Was the farm being snapped up by a large corporation? A real estate developer? Or perhaps some mysterious, ultra-wealthy outsider with no ties to the Roloff family at all? Every rumor added another layer of tension, and the truth, when it finally emerged, shocked everyone. The identity of this hidden buyer revealed a dramatic shift in the fate of Roloff Farms. What had once been a home, a legacy, and a place of childhood memories for the Roloff children suddenly became a highly calculated, profit-driven enterprise. The very land that fans had watched Matt and Amy nurture over decades, through seasons of joy, hardship, and television fame, was no longer about family heritage. It was about investment, development, and returns. Clues about the buyer's identity began to surface slowly. Industry insiders suggested connections to business partners, influential investors, and even television networks that might have seen the farm as a potential entertainment opportunity. The more people dug, the more it became clear that this buyer was strategic, not sentimental, and had ambitions that extended far beyond preserving the family story. The repercussions for the Roloff siblings were immediate and intense. Matt's decision to sell outside the family ignited feelings of betrayal and frustration. Jeremy and Zach, who had both shown interest in preserving the farm as a Roloff legacy, felt particularly shut out. The once tight sibling bonds now bore cracks, as debates over fairness, family loyalty, and intentions became impossible to ignore. Fans online mirrored this emotional turmoil. Social media platforms were flooded with posts expressing sadness, disbelief, and anger, often directed at Matt for choosing a path that seemed to prioritize money and control over family tradition. Comments ranged from heartbroken pleas to pointed accusations. Was this really just a business decision, or was it about exerting control over the family's future? As the dust began to settle, one thing became abundantly clear: the arrival of the hidden buyer had forever altered the Roloff family dynamic. It wasn't just a real estate deal. It was a turning point in the story of a family whose identity had been inseparably linked to a single piece of land for generations. And for fans who had invested emotionally in that legacy, the sense of loss was profound, an echo of the question on everyone's mind: who really benefits when family and heritage are put up for sale? With the dust settled from the farm sale, the Roloff family's dynamics look very different from the picture fans once cherished. Zach and Tori Roloff have officially moved away from Roloff Farms, carving out a life of their own with their children. While they remain connected to the family, the farm's sale marked a clear separation, both physically and emotionally, from the land that once symbolized the heart of their childhood. Meanwhile, Jeremy and Audrey Roloff have pursued their own property ventures, focusing on building something independently rather than attempting to reclaim the farm legacy. Their move represents a shift toward personal growth and family autonomy, but it also underscored the reality that the farm would no longer be a unifying home for all the siblings. Amy Roloff, having sold her portion of the property, is embracing a fresh start with Chris Merrick. Fans have watched as she reinvents her life, seeking stability and happiness beyond the shadows of Roloff Farms. Her journey, while hopeful, also carries an undercurrent of bittersweet reflection. Letting go of the land meant letting go of memories deeply tied to family milestones and shared history. Matt and Karen, on the other hand, have faced criticism for what many see as benefiting financially from the sale. While the transaction was legal and within their rights, fans and media alike have debated whether profit should outweigh family legacy. This scrutiny has cast a shadow on their decisions, highlighting the tension between personal gain and collective family heritage. Today, Roloff Farms is no longer the emblem of unity it once was. To many fans, the property now symbolizes division, a tangible reminder of the difficult choices, disagreements, and differing priorities that have reshaped the Roloff family. What was once a beloved landmark of togetherness now stands as a monument to the complexities of family, legacy, and change. The mystery of the hidden buyer may finally be revealed, but the wounds within the Roloff family run deeper than anyone could have imagined. What was once a home filled with laughter, memories, and togetherness has been overshadowed by money, betrayal, and heartbreak. Fans had hoped the farm would be a legacy passed down through generations, yet instead, it became the very thing that divided them. Knowing the truth about the buyer may explain what happened, but it doesn't make the pain any easier for those who cherished watching this family grow. Thank you for joining us as we unpack the saga, and until next time, stay curious.